cold at the touch, dead in the eyes, no signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. Black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. Just black and white. No more. Black and white, just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. Just black and white. Black and white.
knocking him down. It's a double kill for Jim.
Oh my God, Jim!
Looking pretty good. It's gonna be a triple kill. Jim comes on fire. Jim comes on fire.
He had the right angle, but couldn't land the shot. The dart goes to two-piece!
Trató de darle ese respetazo ahí, consigue una minuta y rápido se voltea y el ataque na marotagem, belo ângulo dele.
For him, he's gonna be able to take out. Oh my God! Oh no! He was down to 1 second on the clock.
Já pegou bala na cara do Master. O Almairinho vai tentando fazer o primeiro. Da estátua vai tentar o tiro porrada e bomba! Vem! Clutch muito difícil de vencer, mas...
Square on the body that you hit. He no-scope for a follow right there. He no-scope.
Termina eliminando a Jackie, igual queda solamente positivo por parte de repente, consigue la primera baja en este round, se da cuenta que no se
All right, guys, welcome back. It's that time again. I'm joined with Verdict to cast the final day of Mobile Mayhem's open season for North America. Obviously, next week we'll still have the quarterfinals, semifinals, third place matchup, and grand finals for you guys. But today is not that day, but we still have some fiery matchups for you, and I think one of the most exciting ones, while it may not necessarily be on the top of the top talent side, is one of the most important standing-wise, Verdict, and that's going to be Storm versus Seminole.
Oh, absolutely. I think they are both fighting for a spot at that number 6 slot. As a matter of fact, it's going to be an interesting one. As a matter of fact, I believe Storm are in a position where they could clip Seminole, but it's going to take a tough best of 3 to do, and they got to get things done in 2 matches, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking at everything around the corner, and that one's going to be an eventful one. I think another great matchup, the one that we'll cap the night off with, will also be a banger. If it does come through, I'm 100% sure that if it does come through, we'll be pleased with the results. But Devious and Eleventy going to be right there, sandwiched in the middle. That should be more of a placement position. Is that right?
For Eleventy, yes. For Devious, they are, unfortunately for them, down and out. They're at 40 points. to get up into 6th, they would need to at least pick up 25 points today, as well as Seminole picking up 0, and obviously you can only pick up 20. So that one is unfortunately down and out for them, but Devious could play a little bit of spoiler to Eleventy based on, again, that scoring, because right now they're tied for 4th place with Mayhem. So depending on where they end up placing will determine who they have to face going into Tuesday's games next week. So definitely should be an exciting one. Storm would need to come through with a 2-0 victory over Seminole, however. So important matchup for Storm. They've been looking really solid, and I feel like they have a real chance to pick up some wins here. But I also know Seminole have been practicing real hard because they want that quarterfinal spot. I know me and you, Verdict, were talking to B a little bit before we went live, and they were scrimming right up until Mobile Mayhem. So definitely should be a good one. And then for our final matchup of the night, man, I think that's the one everybody's been waiting for all season long, Verdict. We've got Tribe versus NYSL Mayhem, and that should be a banger.
Oh, that you got the pride of NA and Mayhem, and then you've got the Titans of Terror in Tribe. They are by far one of the best teams, most electrifying teams in the scene right now. And I believe we had a few conversations about the matchups ahead of us. The Tribe and Mayhem one was definitely the topic of discussion before broadcast. And it's really going to depend on what team shows up for Mayhem, and then for Tribe, are they on today? Are they off? This is the end of the season. Obviously, they're both going to have guaranteed spots in the playoffs, but you gotta consider bragging rights. You got to consider placement. Seeding in this playoff run is going to be pretty interesting, as we're gonna have 6 sweaty teams to move on. I'm not talking about like 4 sweaty teams, maybe 2 sweaty, like really good ones. I'm talking about 6 stout teams who at any given point could take out one or another on any given day. And just going to be a matter of fact of who's on today as we're taking a look at it. Tribe and Mayhem, bro. That is what it's going to boil down to the end of the season. I am on board for it.
Yeah, and for our first matchup here, again, this is an important one for Storm. They would need to come through with a 2-0 victory against Seminole to get their spot. But we do have the best of 3 match picks and bans. Guys, let's go ahead and run on through. We are just waiting on one player to get readied up, and we'll be in the action. But actually, pretty solid lineup. I'm not a huge fan of Takeoff Hardpoint, but as you kind of discussed a little bit earlier in the EU broadcast, it's not Hackney Yard Dom. So
right?
I have grown a little bit more accustomed to Takeoff the more we see it play, at least for Hardpoint. I don't think it's that bad. Summit Search and Destroy for the second one. I actually think that's the best mode to play for Summit. And then if we go to a game 3, I mean, we're looking at firing range domination. So definitely a well-liked third match to round things out. Our bans today were surprisingly Standoff by Storm, and for Seminole, they did ban Crossfire. So at least Hackney Yard didn't sneak its way in, and we have the Kinetic and the Annihilator bans coming through. So going to have the TAC 5 available, the Sparrow, the Death Machine, Grab Vortex if any players opt to use that, but it should be a spicy one.
Oh, it should be, as well as I'm thinking back to when we casted the finals for qualifiers, and on that last day, Storm F4 and Devious were in the lobby, and Devious just absolutely manhandled this Storm team. To see them come this far and them be a front runner for a playoff spot ahead of Devious, that's a massive dub in any book. Any team that could make it through that qualifier stage and kind of make their way into this scene that is very populated, it's heavily populated with some of the best that we get an opportunity to cast on a regular basis. The fact that they have a bit of a chance here is giving me a little bit of that underdog vibe, and everyone knows you got to root for the underdog, regardless of who's on the other team. Obviously, Seminol's going to come in here and handle business. Best of 3 looks great. You mentioned it, and yeah, I'm super glad we didn't get the Hackney Yard in the mix. Maps like that on Domination are the reason why I've stopped to reevaluate. Like, hey, you know what? Takeoff Hardpoint isn't really that bad. It's not that bad. Search and Destroy, it's not that bad. Domination, right, I can live without, but the Hardpoint is definitely not that bad in the eyes of a Dom Hackney Yard.
Yeah, and as you guys probably heard there for a minute, there were game sounds going on, but I promise you guys you did not miss any of the action. We had players jumping around shooting while they were waiting on players to get in, and I didn't have the right audio source muted, so that is on me. But like I said, you guys didn't actually miss anything. And one of the big factors, I know you were mentioning, you know, this team kind of got their booties handed to them by Devious in the playoffs. One of the big factors for me is they were able to pick up FaZe, which is a return player for them from Primal. So definitely a player to keep your eye out on. You have Raballo and Jez pushing on up, looking for some kills. Vague gonna come through, finds two. Raballo finds the third, and it's gonna be a big break for the side of Seminole, but Raballo maybe pushes up a little too far there, unable to secure the kill. And now it's Storm answering back with a couple kills and a retake on P1.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and rack up that point time. However, Seminole are racking up the streaks and the kills that go along with it. These guys are playing and slaying it out early on. The kills, in my view, look like a little bit back and forth, but, you know, Raballo being that aggressor paid off a little bit there, here and there.
Six kills in the feed by Raballo, man.
Yeah, 6 kills in the feed for Raballo, but let's be real. We need some objective time with that as P2 opens up. Staircase is about to be a hammer town here. We're going to see the pain come through on both sides. I think the guys over at Seminole have the early advantage, but Raballo going to be there to stop the push initially. He's going to be taken down, and Storm have an opportunity to get back on point. This is going to be an interesting. They need a 2-0 win here for you guys keeping score at home. If Seminole are denied this, I will be very shocked.
I love looking back, seeing chat worried that I didn't switch the scenes, but I promise the game was not going on, guys. You didn't miss anything.
You missed everything, guys.
I can't believe Vague just did that. Rihan, you're a clown. We love you, but anyway, we do have Seminole retaking the lead here. Only a couple points and not that many points left on this hill, and you can see several players actually are starting to make that rotation on over towards next, and it is going to be Seminole getting the breakthrough, and they're going to be set up clean for P3 here.
They are, and I got to look at I'm sorry, not Raballo. Rabolo just absolutely fragging out. 18 kills on board so far, putting in some massive work, paving the path to success here for Seminole as we do see only 42 points on board. Where are the rest of the guys at? I need Sloppy to come in. I need Jez to come in. I need some objective time. I don't care who does it. Let my man Raballo shine right now because he's popping off. He's got a cluster strike to go with it. He's already utilized his drone and his predator missile. But give the man some credit, man. Put your foot on the hill and let Raballo do what he's doing best right now.
A Hax comes through the big kill there, catches his opponent without ammo, and now Death Machine wound up. He's looking for more, finds one, finds two, finds three. 6 in the feed for Hax, make it 7, my goodness. And that's gonna be full streaks as he picks up kill number 8 there in the feed. Oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah, 8 kills on board. He's got a Goliath, Predator, Sentry. These are all score streaks that could pretty much end this game quickly as it's starting to get out of hand now. I was asking Seminole to put their foot on the hill. They did exactly what they needed to do. They get the job done. It's business as usual. This is just another day in the office. Seminole playing to spoil this Storm F4 roster. They might be able to do it here as long as Hax and Raballo continue to do what they do. The cluster streak is going to come through. Nobody's going to be able to make their way on the front side for P4. The hold is there, and now, thankfully for the score streaks and the rotations early on, it is going to favor the guys over at Seminole. F4, where you at, my guys?
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like a good start for F4, Storm F4, and unfortunately, they weren't able to keep that level of aggression up. It largely became a frag fest for several players on the side of Seminole, and that really loaded them up on streaks. And you know, we were talking about the score streaks that Hax has. Guess what? Jez has a Pred, a Cluster, and a Goliath as well to go with it. Raballo having maybe the best game I've seen him have since he's switched over to phone, has been fragging out, dude. 23 and 9 on the board right now for him. He's got a Sparrow available. Not really running high streaks, which is a little bit unfortunate for him with the way he's been playing. My goodness, Yawn just got turned on in a big way.
Yeah, Yawn not getting turned on. That's one of those players I look at top frag for this F4 roster right now. I don't see any top frag ability. As a matter of fact, I see Seminole just absolutely dominating this game one. And as I mentioned earlier, the playoff contentions only allow for one of these two teams to move forward. And at the moment, all Seminole need to do is just pick up 18 points and they've got a playoff berth. We didn't see them last season. We get to see them this season. They had a lackluster start, let's be real. It just wasn't there. Now they're capping it off with a very great banger on hand here. 133-68, Storm have a little bit of life on their hands. FaZe and Bright going to be on the objective, but man, it's only a matter of seconds. If P2, P1, it doesn't matter. It's going to come. It's the inevitable. A little bit of that underdog story going to die here, but hey, still going to be looking forward to seeing how that 4 finishes out.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, I know you guys are mentioning that the scoreboard is a little off center. I am trying to fix it. I do promise I am trying to fix it. But it's not too shabby. You guys know exactly what's going on. It's not hindering anything. We've got 2 Goliaths, however, on a point, and that is going to hinder any chance Storm had at pulling together a victory. There's not a miracle that could happen right now to pull through this team.
No, there's not. There's not a score streak. Obviously, the operators were banned, the ones that you use most in situations like this, and that's a GG's. It's a best of 3. We're going to play it out, but, I mean, that's it. That's over for Storm F4. Their playoff hopes are burnt off the backs of game 1, and you can thank Rabalo and Hax. Jazz contributed towards the end as I'm taking a look at the scorecards. Some post-Mayhem report coming through. Everybody on the side of Seminole, with the exception of Slothy, go almost double positive. Vague also not double positive. He's like 20 and 19, but I mean, come on now. You can't get any better than that. And on top of that, Hax put up a minute and 50 on the hill. GG's. That is a fat dub for Seminole and F4. Back to the drawing boards, my guy.
Yeah, really, really solid game for Seminole there. Storm F4 looked good on that P1, P2. I mean, they were doing pretty solid. They kept the game in their favor or very, very close for P1 and P2. And it did largely start to fall apart from there. And unfortunately, guys, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, that is going to be kind of the end for Storm as far as their playoff run goes, just in the sense that they needed 20 points and they needed Seminole to get nothing. And obviously, that is not going to be the case. So Seminole came through the great hard point, not only take an edge in the series, but take that secured spot, at least coming in 6th place for finals week. So that'll give them a chance to compete in the quarterfinals. And maybe this is the time of the season that Seminole starts to turn things around. Again, they were struggling a bit at the beginning. They got some coaching from Tribe, Bolu specifically, and have been looking really solid ever since. So can't complain about their performance and earning that spot.
Yeah, they absolutely needed it. I'm gonna be honest with you. This team has, been one of those terror teams that come through. They wreck lobbies on a regular basis. They absolutely just dominate the scene for the longest. And then they get in Mobile Mayhem, and it's like, well, what do we do now? I really don't know. A little bit of that direction, a little bit of that leadership. You can have the most skill in the world. It doesn't mean anything, especially when you're in a format like this. This is playing the long game. We're talking about best of 3s on a regular basis, seeing you play consistently like that. I'm not saying Seminole didn't play consistently, but let's be real. We expected a lot more from the Seminole team to start the season off with. I know I was banking on them coming through and being at least a top 3 contender. Now they're barely making it into the playoffs. They made it. I get that fact. But let's be realistic about it. They kind of underperformed at the beginning of the season. So to see them turn it around, perform when it mattered the most, absolutely stunning. It was a good look. Bolu doing a great job coaching these guys. Absolutely love it. Continue that great work. And hopefully when the playoffs come around next week, they'll continue on with that progression and make sure that they're on point. Slothy doing the one-hand challenge. Is that what I read? Is that what we're doing now?
Maybe. That's what people in chat have said, but hopefully we'll have a good game for game 2, which will be our search and destroy lineup, which I believe was on Summit. So big opportunity, maybe for bragging rights alone. Storm can come through and push us to a game 3. Obviously, as we mentioned, even a 2-1 victory for them does not get them a final spot. But again, this team has evolved a lot since we first saw them play.
True.
Some minor roster changes, but as well as their teamwork has really just built together. And I do gotta say, FaZe has been one of those new players into the scene, like, you know, one of the rookies to Mobile Mayhem that I really expected to come through and shine up, and actually didn't perform very well in that last match. Now, obviously, sometimes you have a bad game. It happens. So,
Well, I mean, let's be fair. It was Takeoff, one of the worst reskins from.
like
the
I
map.
said,
It was even worse. You know, I can't even blame the guy. But let's be realistic about it. This is Seminole stepping up when it matters the most. And you know, we had an opportunity to talk with the coach for F4 earlier, and we made our assumption, or we made our predictions. You know, we got to say Seminole was heavily favored in this matchup. Sure enough, they take to game 1. That's all they needed. Now it's going to be coasting, which is going to be a summit search and destroy. But again, there's no life left here for F4. They're just going to be playing from the heart. So we'll see if they got any left after that devastating game 1.
Yeah, well, we're spawning on into game 2 again. Looking for maybe FaZe to have a little bit better of a performance here. A bunch of kills actually swing in for both teams. Jez comes through with a double. Hax finds 1. Then for the opposition, Losty was able to find 2, and FaZe was able to find 1. But as Jez finds an extra kill there, it's now going to be FaZe left in a 1 versus 2. And this gives a big opportunity for Seminole to really push the matter in the direction that they want to go. And it looks like Jez pretty much going to get a free bomb plant here. And now the positioning is really important. If you look at Hax, he's up in a pretty difficult position to kill for where they know the enemy is coming from. As well as he obviously has that high ground advantage over the bomb by a substantial margin. But, you know, as I say that, Hax just can't turn around. FaZe comes through, picks that one up. Left it a 1v1 with Jez. Not going to be an easy clutch, but if he could clutch it up, he'd set Storm on the right angle.
I don't know. Is Jez playing aggressive here? No, it's not. It's him playing conservative. He has great positioning. All he needs to do is play time. Doesn't need to overextend. Jez is going to go ahead and peek it, take some shots. SKS at a point now. It's just wait for your prey to go ahead and make that move. And, you know, there was not much FaZe he could do. He got the first frag, but Jez opts for that full-on flank all the way through to come back around top snow. 200 IQ, and he played it well. Bomb gets planted. Now he plays a waiting game. It's a cat and mouse game at that point. Now Storm F4. Looking for another redemption here. Second round looking a little crisp, a little fresh. You get that chance to reset yourself. We'll see if they can gather themselves here as Losty making that sub in. It could be a huge factor. As a matter of fact, he's got 2 kills on board. I'm starting to wonder why they didn't play him in the hard point.
Yep, and we do have a couple kills coming through across the board. It is going to be the 2-2 trade. Vague somehow makes it out a lot. Never mind.
Speaking of
Caster curses him.
Yeah, yep. Hey, as soon as I
Yo,
rotated
nice
over to his
shot
point
by
of view, he was
Vibin. Oh
dead.
my goodness.
Vibe gets 2 there. Raballo bomb hand picks up 1. Not necessarily making the kind of noise he made in the hard point, but hey, this is search and destroy. This is a different game, different mindset, different mentality, different everything. Every round you get a chance to reset, and now it's his time to shine. 1 kill on board. Might be able to get 2. Yawn going to be creeping on the top side of that staircase. Vibing on the rotation is going to drop down. Raballo picks up that one. That was a free kill. Guy literally just froze up as Raballo absolutely leveled him. Going to try and get this bomb plant down. Yawn not going to peek the angle and is going to have about 40 seconds to work with. 1v1. Raballo going to be caught. Going to be taking some shots. Yawn, I'd reposition, bro. There we go. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, 1v1, and Raballo apparently wins those ones. Comes through with kill 3 on the board.
You gotta be a little more unpredictable there. That was almost handing a free kill of Raballo. I mean, I'm not saying Raballo didn't earn that kill. He took him off the heady and gondola, but you're taking shots from one angle. You got 40 seconds to work with. Use whatever you can to your advantage. Reposition, re-peek top snow or top staircase. Whatever you got to do. That window would have been a better angle, but hey, these guys are the pro players for a reason. We'll see if they can make a mistake in the second round, third round rather. Raballo picks up 1. Faye gonna pick up 1, and FaZe picking up 2 in the background. Oh my god.
Vague gets his first kill on the board. Once again, a 3v3 between these two teams. Seminole have been able to find the better of the both rounds we've had, but With double kill coming through for the side of Storm and one coming through for Vague, it's another situation where Seminole are just at a outgunned position, but
Rip.
Vague picks up one onto Vibin. FaZe, good trigger control there, saw the rotation coming through, making a rotation over himself. Ooh, if he would have had the sniper out a little bit sooner, maybe he picks up that quick scope. Didn't see the heels of Vague rotating on over. But gets a read. Misses a shot.
There you go. Play your time, man. There's no need for you to push that. Vake has 45 seconds. Let him make the move. That was a great, that takes great trigger discipline not to ego chow that. As much as you see in one, you can get that tunnel vision as easily as the next. Vake gonna be able to get that bomb plant down. Oh my God, FaZe! Making it rain with the jump shots. Comes down from the top side of that P3 building and is able to get it to land. He's gonna get the defuse. 7 kills on board for FaZe so far.
Yeah, FaZe definitely needed the clutch up here for the team, and he's doing so in a big way with 7, as you mentioned. So hopefully they can turn things around here and bring things back again. I'd love to see a game 3, especially with it being a Dom firing range. I mean, if it was Hackney Yard, if it was Crossfire, I'd probably be like, nah, Seminole end this. Storm, they're out. They had a good run, but that's it. Nah, I'd love to see the domination come through at this point. So we'll have to see. Right now, it's 2-1 in favor of Seminole, as well as burned about through 30 seconds on the clock with no first blood for either team. This is, typically speaking, a stronger defensive map than offensive, and Seminole already honestly in a great spot with the
point spread. Yeah.
With the point
Anytime you
spread.
can get an advantage early on and you've got the poor side of the map, in regards to search and destroy, you're making big things happen. We're gonna see the bomb plant down at B or A rather. I thought it was right here next to Vague. I was wrong. FaZe gonna ego chow here. Actually, get ego chow. Vague position gets the foot shots to land, and now we're gonna see the push. Vague gonna get taken down. Hack's gonna try his luck. Absolutely denied. Now Slothy in a 1v1. Slothy wins that. He's got Vibin to work with. Vibin on the bottom of the staircase is going to go ahead and secure that, and that is going to be a big clutch. But we mentioned it. Already 2 rounds going in favor of Seminole. Do they really need a round here or there? They could use it, but in all reality, they're going to have all the advantages when they flip sides on the defense.
Bomb spotted. Enemy has dropped the bomb.
Yep, and Storm were able to bring it back, tie things up 2-2. But again, Seminole just having 2 on the board is actually a really great position for them to be in. If they were able to come away with 3 on the offense, man, you might be able to start writing out Storm, unfortunately. So hopefully they'll be able to take themselves a little bit of an advantage. Then maybe they can power through a couple rounds on the offense, but it's not going to be against a easy team. We have smoke coming out. Slothy pushing up, looking for Vibin. Woo! Walks right past, and the Shorty Warrior himself comes through, picks up that kill.
Bomb has been planted.
What do you mean he walked right past him? I'm just kidding, dude. That was a free one if I ever saw one in my life. Vibin picked up his 5th. Bomb's planted, however. The push is not going to come through initially as 3 players are immediately on site. One going to be a terror in the back. Hacks holding down fort, waiting for the push to come through. It's a 2v4 at this, 2v3 at this point now, as we do see both Yawn and Vibin actually taking some shots here. Vibin going to be able to retreat back. Raballo going to be taking some damage as well. Only about 15 seconds left to play, and now the hands are going to be forced. Jazz going to pick up 1. Vibin going to drop, and now it's a 3-2.
Lost that round.
I don't know if I can necessarily count out Storm F4 here, but we made our talk there. It's, you know, you're flipping sides, the shoe's on the other foot, you're going to be on the attack. Now it's your opportunity to perform. Are they going to step up to the occasion? It's going to be a very, very competitive one moving forward. It's not going to get any easier.
They have the bomb.
Yeah, we started off here in round 6. Seminole, they have the advantage. 1-for-1 trade comes through. Bright picks up 1. Raballo finds another. The double concuss comes through there. Losty able to come through and find 1, but Vague finds the double kill. This is going to take advantage into their favor once again, as they now have the 3-2 lead. The Vibin is actually rotating on over. Might be able to pick up a kill here. Yeah, you got to at least pick up the 1, man. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
You got to finish that one. Now you left your homie with a 1v3 if FaZe clutches this. I saw a comment in chat, best sniper in A. Not quite. He's definitely one of the ones that has, you know, caught our attention, or else we wouldn't be talking about him. He's going to have to prove something here, though. Vague and Jez. Jez on the pinch. Jez is going to finish him. Not even a shot going to come through from FaZe. And 4-2, it looks like F4 is getting shut down here in the second half.
Does seem to be the case right now, and you know, again, us cheering for the game 3, but with Seminole taking the advantage on the offense, I just don't see a whole lot of hope as well for them, and an interesting rotation out of Seminole.
Yeah, 3 players going to be pushing up Snowside. They're
3?
never going to anticipate this. Yeah. You can't even see them, dude. They're moving so
Bro,
closely together.
there's 4 people there.
Oh, there's 4. Oh, my God. They were all in cahoots together. The flank is going to come through. That's going to be Slothy picking up 1. Slothy getting dropped right, and Hacks going to get some shots in, but 2-for-1 trades are going to come through, make that 2-for-2. Jan's actually going to bite some bullets. Losty drops in the background. Vague on the full-on flank backside does cover the spawns for P4, but no one's there, bro. They're at B. Going to see him wrap through with the team now. Rabalo on top. Trophy system is going to sound off. We're going to see Storm just play their P's and Q's here. Vague up top. Vague down low. Vague, slide peek, shots gonna hit, but it is gonna be FaZe still staying alive. Jan picks up 1, make that 2, and now Rabalo is in a 1v2. Can he clutch it up?
I don't think there's time on the board to clutch it up.
Oh, there's not.
Yeah. Big round for Storm. They cushion the blow a little bit, but they still need to find 3 more rounds on offense, which is not an easy feat to do on Summit, let alone against a hyped up Seminole lineup. So we'll see as things go. Semtex out for Rabalo. Not going to connect on anybody, but he might find himself in an interesting spot here if he pushes up. Goes for the challenge, turns away. Here's the player pushing behind, finds Losty. Big turn for Rabalo.
Oh my God, Rabalo just making these kids eat dust there, vibing. Jan going to be left in a 2v4. Vague says absolutely not. That's a 1v4. Make it 2-piece there for him as he picks up his 10th kill. We're on match point. F4. Fighting to stay alive, man. They're going to need to find around here. And I'm sorry. I don't think Seminol's going to give it to him.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be the case. And now Seminole on match point. Looking to rub some salt in the wound. They secured their final spot, and they don't want to give a single point to Storm in the process. Definitely have an opportunity to do so here. You have a couple kills coming through, trading it back and forth. Ooh, Hacks gonna win that one.
That was tough, man. That's a moment of realization that, you know, not only are your playoff runs and dreams out the window, but, you know, this search and destroy is out the window as well. And that's going to be Seminole picking up a 2-0 win, 6-3 search and destroy win. And man, I'd love to say this was going to be a game 3 scenario, but it's not. It's going to be Seminole coming in and handling business per usual. And we saw how strict and you know, focused they were on the objective in game 1. It just carried on over to game 2, and that's a tough way to go out in you know, your first season for Mobile Mayhem. But hey, I still got a little bit of hope for those Storm F4 players. They got a lot of potential. They picked up a big player in FaZe. Definitely can build on a few things. You know, Chigs, if you're out there, take some notes, rewatch the VOD, see where everything went right, highlight those, make sure you praise your team for that, but also, you know, take a little bit of time to see where things went wrong and see what you can do to correct it. And I don't know if I could pinpoint a moment where everything went wrong. I could just say that Seminole was just too OP today.
To be honest, I mean, it largely came down to Seminole just winning more gunfights today, in the hard point as well as in the search and destroy. I actually think that Storm had some really solid rotations in the hard point, and then just, again, lost out on some gunfights that gave up some key points in time. And you know, you bounce into the search and destroy, and actually a really solid match between these two teams. Did go 6-3, so it was pretty convincing in the favor of Seminole, but a lot of those rounds were quite close. I mean, how many rounds right off the bat did we have come down to 1v1s and 2v2s? And FaZe, Yawn, Vibin all put up 8 kills on the board. So really solid performance out of all the players here today. Congratulations, Seminole, on locking in your spot into the finals, or well, rather the quarterfinals. And Storm, you know, like Verdict said, we've been impressed by you. We believe in the talent you guys bring to the table. And we knew coming into this that you guys were playing at a little bit of a disadvantage to some of the teams that have just flat out been around longer and had that time to build up that synergy. So we hope to see you bounce back for next season. And GG's.
GG's indeed, as I see Raballo coming in chat. Get out of here, bro. I did read something interesting, though, and I don't know how true it is, but maybe you can confirm it. Childs came in chat and said that Raballo had changed his sensitivity, his HUD. Not necessarily his HUD, but his POV maybe. Can't 100% remember check. It's a little bogged down, but it's definitely a great look on your Raballo. The gameplay on game 1 was absolutely on point. Game 2, you followed up. What a phenomenal performance there, too, putting up double digits. I'm not used to seeing Raballo top frag consistently, but to see him top frag against team that where when it matters the most was absolutely clutch. So GG's both teams. I do believe we're gonna get geared up for series number 2, which again isn't really a matchup that's gonna have any implications on the line for the playoff runs. Eleventy's already secured their spot. Devious has already sealed their fate. They're no longer in the picture, but now it's going to be a matter of seeding as playoff spots are coming through. Seeding is going to be crucial for one simple factor. That's the fact of who are you going to play in the first round in the quarterfinals, or who are you going to play first round if you make it to that first, second seed. Status Quo already booked their number 1 spot. There's no way anybody gets close to those points if I'm looking at it right.
Yeah, no, Status Quo are untouchable. And for our second match, the Eleventy versus Devious match is still quite important to the standings, and that's the sense that obviously we also have Tribe playing up against NYSL in that third match.
Oh, I didn't even factor that. So this is heavy implications.
Right. So should Eleventy come through with the 2-0 victory over Devious, and should Mayhem come through with a 2-0 victory over Tribe, that would be an interesting 3-way tie for second place at 135 points, because I believe Mayhem would have
beat Mayhem.
Eleventy beat Mayhem, and Mayhem, if they beat Tribe today, would mean that Tribe drop all the way from second to fourth. Now, again, this is theoretical, but that's the way it would play out with the head-to-heads. So I just wanted everybody to know in case if that's a scenario we go into.
Wow, I didn't even put those 2 and 2 together. I'm looking at the scorecard. I'm like, oh, well, the first 5 teams are heavy in points. I'm not even worried. I didn't even factor that in, so I'm glad you pointed that out.
Well, Tribe, as of where they sit in second place right now, have a guaranteed bye on the quarterfinals. But again, if they lose to Mayhem and Eleventy also beats Devious, that could change. So we'll see as we get there. But we're gonna take a short break as we funnel players into the lobby, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Welcome back. We have a pretty exciting matchup lined up ahead of you guys. And, man, again, this one could be a really interesting one just on the way it plays out. Now, obviously, it is a very what-if scenario for our matchups that we have tonight. But as we were mentioning before the break, should Eleventy come through with the 2-0 victory here, they would tie Tribe, but they would lose the head-to-head matchup, so they would be technically in third place, since Tribe won in week 2, 2-1. But it gets a little bit spicy if you start looking at our last matchup of the night, which is Tribe versus NYSL Mayhem. If Tribe come through with even a single game in that lineup, then none of this matters. But should Tribe get 2-0'd, if it were to happen, they would essentially lose their number 2 spot, which is their bye. And Eleventy have the tie head-to-head versus Mayhem, which we'll get some clarification from you guys on the way that would all work out, just if that happens. But I think it'd be a cool thing to spice up the season and just have a really neat 3-way tie for that second place spot, because again, second place is one you're aiming for. It's one less opportunity for you to get eliminated from the playoffs. So should be a good one, but it all starts here with this matchup, and that's Devious versus Eleventy. And should Devious play spoiler here and come away with a single round victory, that could definitely spell a little bit of disaster to Eleventy's hopes of trying to pull together a bye. So
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. I put my foot in my mouth earlier, and I was like, oh, this next matchup, it's definitely not going to have any implications. And that's when I spoke too soon. As we were pondering, we literally talked about it the entire break. We were so ready to get back in just so we could share the what-ifs with you guys. This is what the suspension is all built up for. This is what Mobile Mayhem is about, bro. It's coming down to a 3-way tie, potentially. You know, all the conspiracy theories out there, everything that's out, you know, in the mix. What if this happens? What if that? Well, you know, a lot of things have to happen. But as Dave just mentioned, Eleventy got to handle business here. And it all starts with these next 3 games. It has to be 2 in order for everything to work out. And if I'm not mistaken, we got the best of 3 rated the rock and roll. We dodged a bullet there. Hardpoint hack the yard, not domination hack the yard. Standoff, search or destroy. Raid domination, and then the map vetoes. Devious going to ban Crossfire, Eleventy going to ban Summit, Annihilator, and Kinetic Armor banned by each of the teams. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into that much anticipated first game. It's all going to start here. Oh, is it not a hack the yard? I'm looking at the next series. Am I? Don't tell me I'm looking at the next series.
I don't think we're on the right map. We do have the map picks up. It says Devious and Eleventy start on Hack in the Yard, so maybe the admins can get us a little bit of a clarification there, but we are currently... Okay. Hello has confirmed it is the wrong map on the cartography. It's firing range. So now...
It's not the only one who sells me. I would
so now...
See what you guys going to do, Verdict. I get my one time to shine on the best 3 rotation, and I get it wrong? GG's.
Well, we do have a really solid lineup now. Take the Hack the Yard out completely.
I beg to differ. Hardpoint Hack the Yard is much more competitive than firing range Hardpoint. And I'll tell you why. Those first
3 spawns,
those last 3 points, literally just going to be connecting the dots all the way to that P4 rotation. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it's just not favorable to the team that doesn't have their initial spawns to begin with. It's going to make it more competitive for the back end. Eleventy off the bat are actually going to be able to rack up a few uncontested points. Why? Because they have the good spawns.
Well, and to be fair, there is that same argument can be how good firing range is then, because you're going to have to employ a lot more strategy, a lot more teamwork, a lot more rotations to try to come through and snag that spawn away. And with how amazing the respawns are in COD Mobile Hardpoint, like, at this point, Vanguard has just, like, it's so bad that I'm like, dude, COD Mobile is great. There's a whole lot of opportunity for some intense play there, so we will see. But Eleventy, they've come away with 50 points so far on the first hardpoint. That is absolutely insane, and as you look, they currently have spawns for P2. We've had a couple players try to make the break on the side of Devious, but just haven't quite been able to pull it through. and we'll be looking forward to if they're able to snag that away. We do have a couple picks coming through from Devious. We see a couple players actually spawning A long from Eleventy. Ooh, if Blast picked up the other kill there, that could have been huge. But it doesn't matter. The other side of the map, his team comes through, makes the break, gets in on the point, anchors in some spawns, maybe? No, of course not.
No. I will go ahead and say this, and I almost, spoke too soon there, but it didn't necessarily pan out. The spawns on this map alone are probably a little more consistent for Hardpoint and a little more competitive. Like, you have a few spawns where you could literally pop up at, as we just saw Raven spawn right next to his teammates who are actually right on point. That makes sense. If you're the opposing team, if you don't have the volume there to make sure you have that hold, you're going to be spawning not right next to or not right on point, like you see in like a Hardpoint raid. So a little bit more balanced. I guess it's a give and trade system. Right now, the give is in favor of Eleventy. They have 102 points. The trade is they don't have Trailer at the moment. As I say that, Blessed, aka I don't even know how to say his name anymore. We've already seen the name changes various from Devious. We'll just say he's Blessed and just continue to move on. Blessed was taken out in trailer control. Again, going to be given right back to Eleventy, and they are going to be able to rack up some uncontested points off the rip.
Yeah, Pred comes through, does whiff by Zy, but does give his team a little bit of a kind of, not really budget UAV because it is more than a UAV, but definitely has a big opportunity there. We do have Rehan coming through with one on the back. Not sure I'd be too worried about that sentry gun at this point, bud. You guys have lost P3. So I'd be getting set up for wood if I were them, but that has just not largely been the play they've made.
You can't give up wood here. You can't go through. You gotta contest. There's only 3 seconds left. There's 6 seconds left.
Bro, you're not wrong. Dude, I was so used to playing Vanguard Hardpoint, I'm like, we're sitting here looking at 250. You know, we've got time.
Those Hardpoint scores are ridiculous. 187 points for a victory. I'm exaggerating. Obviously, it's like how many players are in the lobby are going to dictate what the score is. Here, it's flat. It's 150. So, you know, is that a factor? Could have been if this was Vanguard, but it's not. COD Mobile, sponsored Jack, not as bad as Vanguard, but score is consistent, 150 across the board. And man, I gotta say, Eleventy looks so damn good on respawns recently, bro. I am kind of fearful of who they will have to play in the first quarterfinal. Granted, they don't make that second place run.
Yeah, definitely a good match for them. And as you guys in chat know, Bobby scripts all of this, right? Like all of these kids here playing. I mean, these guys are paid actors, so
absolutely,
we're just watching this show play out as Bobby scripted it, and you know, so far looking like we might be getting that potential tie for second place. If Eleventy come through,
variables there, right?
Yep. If Eleventy come through with the win here, they would again tie up to Tribe, who do take the head-to-head versus them. So we'll see as we go on, but it is going to be a big frag game for Palmini, aka Raven. Comes through 20-4. Dude went 5 times positive. Great game coming out of him. Yuhi, I mean 20-8, not 5 times positive, but still 2.5. So really solid performance there, and the rest of the team's positive as well. Wiru 2.25. Zy, aka Jason, 2. Pallone only +1, but I mean, it's not like he was 0-40 and just fed streaks over. So going out positive is just a big key factor there. And Verdict, gotta say, glad I'm here to have you ground me back to COD Mobile because
look, you're a much better man than I am. Don't let him fool you guys, because I didn't even look at the scorecard. All I know is that Eleventy had a lot. Very few. So he's a lot more diligent, a lot more strategic, a lot more analytical. Does so much work behind the scenes, bro. Just an absolute beast. Absolutely glad to be here with you tonight as we're getting, into this, 3-way potential. It's looking like the tie could come through, but again, a few more variables have to come in effect. But this first series is where it starts off. We did game 1. We saw how that went, and I said it earlier. It was a lot to few, and it was very far in between. Eleventy running the tables in game 1. They're going to be able to do it here in game 2. That's going to be, a partial, contributing factor to how the Tribe Zygnus or Tribe 11 Mayhem spots sit towards the end is this is the last day. This is where you put it all on the line. You got to bring your A game, and I got to give it to 11. They were flawless in that hard point.
Yeah, they definitely were, and we're just waiting on one player to get readied up for our search and destroy, and we'll get you guys into the action. It is going to be a pretty solid one, right? We had a great map lineup for this matchup. We're going to be bouncing into standoff, which was actually banned in our last matchup. So we will get to see standoff at least once tonight, maybe twice should the Tribe versus Mayhem game go to game 3. But that is a conversation for a little bit later. You have players coming on in. Just waiting on a couple to get loaded in, guys. If you hear gunshots, you know, I'm just gonna mute it. No, I'm just gonna mute it.
Haven't changed screens.
I'm just gonna mute it.
Don't mute it because then you're gonna forget to unmute it once we get
I'm
back in
sitting
the
here with
game.
my cursor hovered over it. We're just
all right. We're gonna get look. No standoff, no party here. We didn't get the ban this time. We're gonna get to see it. Are we gonna have a connection issue on the side of a Devious though? That's the question. As 4 players have loaded in, haven't quite gotten that fit to pop in yet. So maybe they having a bit of a issue with connection. I'm not even sure who it is. We got Nerd in the lobby, Bless, Solve, Sickle. That's Rehan. Rehan's probably in Trovo chat being, yeah, he is. Look, Zolf is fighting Lucifer himself. There he is. Look at him. He was literally just in chat. We know what you were doing, bro.
Yeah.
Caught in 4K.
Well, we are actually in the game now, so we'll see, guys, so that we can get into it. But it is Eleventy versus Devious here in the search and destroy. Zy has been one of the biggest factors for the side of Eleventy with that sniper, and it is going to be Palmini. Comes through with the first blood onto Blessed. Wiru finds one on the Hacking Nerd and 2 onto Zulf. The 5-3 lead, or 5-2 lead rather, in favor of Eleventy is looking like a solid round 1 coming through. Flawless game.
Yeah, I don't know if that wasn't convincing enough to tell you how great this 11 team is on Search and Destroy alone. This map in particular, great on any other map, but this one in particular, if I were Devious, I would have banned it. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't understand the ban on the Seminole F4 matchup, but in this case, we saw 20 get killed by Zy last week. Like, how much more do you want to lose? You got to stand off in the mix now, and it just so happened that, you have the luck of the draw here, and it's not luck at all. It's just outright devastating. The 5-0 convincing push. Raven going to find one on Rehan, and guys, I want to stick to the play-by-play, but let's be real here. This is, this is all 11 off the rip, and Zy going to pick up that last kill. That's going to be 2 rounds in a row where it's a 5-0 situation. Wow.
Enemy has dropped the bomb. Bomb spotted.
Yeah, definitely a convincing search and destroy to say the least. And like I said, Bobby's scripting coming through solid here, looking like Eleventy free to pick up the 2-0 victory, unless if Devious are able to turn things around. Here in round 3, you can see Zy still looking for some of those crazy wall bangs, but no first blood yet. It's going to be Raven picking up one on the back. Let's actually get swapped on over to him as he has another player pushed on up towards him as well. The R9, not something we have ever seen in North America, as far as I remember, from Mobile Mayhem.
You guys got to pick your game up. Watch Grizz with the R9, bro. It's lethal. He absolutely owns that gun. Saturn's as well. So I got to give it to the guys. The only thing that they don't do well is that transition to ARs, like the SKS push. It took them so long to get on the mix, but now we've got an interesting one here. Less about that, more about the matchup ahead. Sickle finding one. Now it's going to be Zy and Palone. Left to pick up the pieces. Zy going to miss the first shot. Is going to get pushed by multiples. That is going to be Palone. He is going to pick up one before he drops, but, a devastating first 2 rounds, followed up by a 3rd round that was pretty decent. Is Sickle using an AK? Get out of here, bro. He didn't even have a camo on it. I mean, if you're gonna do it in style. Oh my god, come on.
Maybe you should download the gun camos.
Had the camos downloaded?
I'm just messing with you. Don't worry about it.
Well, this spot. I was like, Sickle, first blood. We've got a little bit of life here. Imagine an upset on a search or destroy map. that has, you know, everything on the line for it for us to build this anticipation. Bobby scripted it. We're just, you know, the puppets that are, you know, orchestrating everything behind the scenes. You know, Bobby's the one with the main little the strings and everything. We're just the puppets right now, trying to make sure everything goes clear. So far, Eleventy starting off this round a little on the low end. Still got 4 players to pick up the slack, though.
Yeah, we absolutely do. I was kind of trying to give Sikal some of the spotlight there, but not really having a whole lot of action on either side here. Oh, Yuhi. You can't let Yuhi win that one. I mean, that was a big yikes. Sikal does come through and finds another. Zolf is looking for Palmini, but the 3-2 advantage is in favor of Eleventy. Shorty dropping down. Zolf going to pick up that one. Ooh, Sikal does take a shot, but does survive. 16 seconds to go. They could absolutely clutch this up, but it's not going to be easy. Shorty in hand wasn't enough of a warrior, and that's going to be another round in favor of Eleventy as Palone comes through with the final kill.
Yeah, I gotta say, Devious, you had everything going right for you. The patience. You got Sickle hitting some sick shots. I don't know how he stayed alive as he pushed that barrel site, but Eleventy doing a great job of standing their ground. They own that A site and give any kind of hope for Devious there. And now it's a chance for Eleventy to get back on their grind. We saw 2 5-0s to start the thing off.
Uh-oh.
Now we're seeing some interesting situations here as Bless finds one. That's going to be Wedo. Wedo actually picking up the slack here in the Search or Destroy. I haven't seen him struggle in Search recently. I just haven't seen him been playing up to par, right? He's been playing the regular game that I'm used to seeing him play in Search, but now starting to get back on his groove. Palone, actually, the player that I didn't anticipate seeing a 7-1 from so far.
Yeah, definitely been an interesting one. Zai, thankfully, comes back from being AFK. I was starting to wonder a little bit there, but does get reconnected and is in the game. You now see Rihan and Zai sniping each other out here. Rihan looking to pick one off the head glitch. Gonna find him as he rotates through. 2-2 now between these two teams. Yuhi wins those ones, and now it's Blessed left in a 1 versus 2. Gonna find one, but Palone there for the refrag, and Eleventy have just been playing their 2s way better.
If I drop on a Search map, I hope Palone's there to save me because, you know, this guy has cleaned up a lot already. You saw the 4th round where it could have went either way. Palone able to pick up that last kill. Very clutch. Now we see him pick up that last refrag. It was very instrumental. They were playing right there on each other, as one would expect. It's a 2-2 scenario, or 1v2 scenario. You lose one player, Palone's there to pick it up. I'll take that any day. Palone actually going to be, oh my god, Sickle, what was that, bro? A common wallbang spot, obviously exploited there, and Sickle is able to pick up first blood. And that's going to be 2 other players making.
Oh my goodness.
Oh! Zai going to be left on his own in a 1v5.
Yeah, I can't say that I caught Sickle's shot there, at least not from his angle. I did switch over to Wiru, who was the one who got wallbanged on the bomb there, and got to see it from that angle, and that's another round coming through for the side of Devious. It would be a long, hard-fought battle, but if they're able to pull through 4 more rounds before Eleventy's able to pull off 2, this could be a rough situation.
You know what? As much as I'd love to see this game go the distance, Eleventy, I have a feeling that they're going to pull something out. As a matter of fact, Zai only with 1 kill. That's not his normal play at all. As a matter of fact, he dropped 20 last week. Rihan actually going to be the equalizer. Finds his second chances. Oh, man. Yuhi going to be able to take him out. That's picture perfect. 2-2 scenario, Palone and Yuhi. Palone, however, on the backside of Warehouse, does have 2 players in Grannies. What they got cooking in there, maybe some cookies, a little something spicy. We're going to see the push come through. Bless going to be taking some shots, but where was Sickle at? Here he is. Jailboy. Oh, my God! No way he hit that shot.
I caught it just in time. Came through with the no-scope to clutch the round. That was...
Oh, my God. My heart's racing. If I wasn't awake before this game, I'm awake now, guys.
Well, Jason able to come through with one onto Zai, or onto Zolf. Finds the second one onto Sickle as well, and now Blessed looking for the kill, gonna pick that one up. The 2-for-2 trade comes through. Pallone somehow makes it out alive in his gunfight. And now we're brought back to a 3 versus 3. This is turning out to be a way more exciting game than it was looking like earlier.
Eleventy's got to pick up the slack, bro. Okay, in order for our little scenario to pan out, it's got to start here. The 2-0 has to happen. Things are getting spicy. A little bit of a choke situation for Eleventy. They started it off so dang strong, and now the crumbles, the crumbs are on the ground. Everything is just crumbling from beneath them. When they find one more, and that's going to be Devious with the one-man advantage. Bomb's going to be in the hands of Nerd. They're looking to make the rotation over this A site. Wedo might want to fall back. Pallone is your go-to guy, man. He's the fall guy, bro. Pull him back over here. Let him have your back. It makes something happen. The push comes through. Wedo's going to be spotted. The bomb plant, not going to happen. Oh, no! The collapse is real!
But it's not over yet.
A 2v3 takedown, and a lot of patience panned out, and now we're on match point. 11-y. Oh, man, you're putting me in, like, that choke position. I'm like, I got both hands on my neck right now. Like, no, this is not happening. Somehow managed to pull the 2v3 clutch there and collapse on that A side.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge, huge play by Weru. Pushed right on up. Dodged, ducked, dipped, dived, and dodged around the sniper shot. Picked up the bomb planter, and then was able to come through with the follow-up. And in the background, obviously had the clutch come through. Question mark?
We're not going to talk about that one. I saw it from the other end. Bro, Sickle. It just, you know, his name is a little betraying. It should just be Sick, because bro's nasty with the shots. Wedo gets wallbang, take it out. 3v3, make that a 3v4 rather, as Raven finds one. Oh, Sickle.
Oh.
Yuhi, sitting there. I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, bro. You got to move there. You're just sitting there waiting for your head to get taken out. Raven and Zy gonna be left in the 2v3 now. Oh man!
Oh no, I have missed every one of his shots, dude, except for the no scope.
He caught Zy jumping off of top, like jump up. Oh, my heart.
I have missed every shot except for the no scope. I feel so bad, dude.
Oh, these poor guys are missing out. This is, if you don't watch Sickle moving forward, is Blur actually subbing? Is Blur playing on Sickle's account? Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
I'm obviously kidding. I'm obviously kidding. Oh,
well,
that's tough.
Palmini was able to pick up one somehow in that scrambled mess of him pushing into the middle of 3 players. Escapes with only taking 1 shot. Takes down 1 person, takes 1 bullet, somehow loses Rihan and Sickle. Like, I feel like he deserves to win it off that.
Oh, he definitely needs to. Sickle is going to be the deciding factor, though.
Oh, sit rep. You heard it. You heard it.
I heard it. He knows it. We know it. The push is going to come through. Tractor is safe for now, but Rihan lasered. Sickle. If he hits this shot, dude, I am going to subscribe. Oh my God, Sickle! Okay, that was a shorty. I thought it was a sniper. Okay, I don't feel so bad for him there, but I was watching Raven's point of view. I was hoping he'd get that clutch up, but
I was too. I believed in him so hard.
Yo, Sickle, you gotta stop, man. You're ruining everything we have planned. Bobby has literally written it line for line, and you're ruining that. Okay? I'm kidding.
Maybe this is part of the play. Maybe the hype is here. Maybe this goes to around 11 because Bobby is the greatest playwright since Shakespeare.
Hey, you know what? It's God's plan by Drake, bro. It's just only 1 and 1, right? That was terrible. Get Vert out of here. Get Bobby back in here ASAP.
Oh my goodness. Well, no first blood for either team yet, but 1 round away for Eleventy, 2 rounds away for Devious. Verdict and I were talking a little bit before the matchup today, and he was like, "No dice." Does Devious pick up a round?
No, definitely not. I'm looking like I might be wrong there. I might be putting my foot in my mouth earlier on with that statement, though. But good news for Eleventy is Sickle's down. You're on match point.
Rihan, you've got to land that shot. Oh no.
Sniper. Jason, Zy gonna be caught out in the open. Isn't gonna be able to take advantage of the Free kill, but man, it's been a hell of a search and destroy so far. Still not done. This is 3v4. Nerd gonna find shots on one. Oh my god, Bless gonna find shots on another, but that's Yuhi finding one. Making the one-man advantage yet again in favor of Eleventy. They just need to execute here. Hold your angles, hold your corners. And Wero gets some shots to land on Nerd. He's absolutely one shot, but see the discipline. He knows that he can't push up Nerd. Oh my god, see, this is a maybe he should have type situation because Nerd able to escape is going to be taken down eventually, but he does take down one.
You see him? What are you doing, Rihan?
Rihan, what are you doing? Bomb's down. That's round. That's it.
Yo,
Oh, no.
no,
Okay.
no shot was his thumb not in the way. You saw him again!
Rihan, what
My
are you
heart!
doing,
I can't handle it!
bro? Oh, he
Oh.
didn't deserve to win that one, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Rihan, go back to the drawing board, bro. Adjust that HUD. Maybe get like a thumb reduction. Something. There's no dice that doesn't happen that way. It's ridiculous. Nonetheless, part one of the scenario of the, explained situation that we've got on our hands tonight for the three-way tie for second place already in place. 6-4 win for Eleventy. They take the bag, but it was it was such a dramatic search and destroy, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I was just hyping this one up to hype it up, but it wasn't. It was all genuine. The vibes were real. It was just absolutely wild. Sickle, bro. Start a YouTube. Do something. I need to see more of those shots.
Yeah, great game coming through between both of these teams. Obviously, Bobby wrote it. Me and Verdict haven't seen it, so you're getting our genuine reaction here, as Verdict said, but Eleventy come through with the 2-0 victory, and while that does tie them with Tribe, it does only bump them up to third place as Tribe won the head-to-head matchup between the two. Back on week 2, game 1, they picked up the 2-1 victory. So, Eleventy, they've semi-secured their spot in third place, which could be a deciding factor who they play next week during quarterfinals, but as far as today goes, that's going to be the end of that matchup, and we're going to be getting ready, guys, for our final matchup of the night, which is going to be probably one of the most sought-after games of probably the entire season. It's going to be your two NA Titans, two of your NA Titans of NYSL Mayhem versus Tribe. Obviously, Status Quo already have their spot secured in first place, kind of that other NA Titan team, so we're going to take a short break, guys, and we'll be back with that game as soon as we can.
Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes, no signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. It's black and white. black and white. No more, baby. Love, no more, baby. Black and white. No more, baby. Love, no more, baby. Just black and white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. White, white, white. Just black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh. Oh.
All right, guys, we're back, and I have turned up Verdict a little bit. I know you guys were mentioning earlier that Verdict may be a little too quiet, maybe me a little too loud, so we're now back live with about 20% more Verdict and about 10% less me. So hopefully that'll work out. Let me know in chat if it's wrong. If you're someone that's not a mod, I'm probably not going to take your answer, just as a heads up. But we've got a matchup for you guys, and it's not the matchup I was necessarily hoping for.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler
yeah.
alert! Yeah. Guys, we painted you a picture. We sold at a very high cost to you guys. We painted you the, what if scenarios. We told you about what was going on, and what do we got?
Our lineup for Tribe tonight is going to be Envy, Parrish, Band, Marshy, and Bolu. Your typical starting five for the side of Tribe.
That's a stout five right there.
That's a stout five right there.
That is
your starting lineup for NYSL Mayhem is going to be Nero, Little B, Awaken, Space, and the one and only Peanut Peterson.
Verdict has left the building. I'm sorry, guys. Look, I didn't know what the situation was. Obviously, the infamous Peanut Peterson is going to be making the sub in NYSL Mayhem coach. None other than Coach Zim himself. And you know what? I know he's OP, bro. His name carries a lot of weight, but let's be realistic about it. A 2-0 with a starting five from NYSL Mayhem, that's a tall order. But now you've got a coach in the mix. I feel like I betrayed you guys. I'm sorry for that. But without further ado, we are going to have the best of three rolling in, seeing this potential 2-0. I don't necessarily know if it's going to happen, but Zim's going to have to be flawless here in this performance.
Yeah, and absolutely nothing against Zim, right? I mean, that's not what we're here to do. It's not here to bash Zim or anything. But when it comes down to it, Zim is not a pro player for COD Mobile, right? So
no.
It's one of those situations where it's like you look at a football game, right? There's a reason why the coaches on the sideline coaching the team
Yeah.
along and not
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
So
Well, in most cases, some of the coaches are actually kind of built. Like I would put this in the perspective of like that's like putting your punter or your field goal kicker in as your running back or your quarterback. You know, those guys have great legs, but legs doesn't equivalent to throwing a football or running 250-pound linebackers over. I'm sorry, as great as Zim is in a coaching perspective, it was a tall order for a 2-0 to happen to begin with. And now you got this in the mix. And, sometimes you just got to play with the cards that we're dealt. And this is a scenario we've got in the mix for us today as we're going to get geared up for this series to come through. I know, guys, I was highly looking forward to seeing that, three-way tie situation, but it's going to be on the backs of Peanut Peterson in the lobby, bro. Summit Hardpoints where we're going to start things out. Firing range, search and destroy, as well as a standoff domination if this game goes the distance. Map vetoes, Tribe opting to ban Takeoff, thank you, and Mayhem opting to ban Hectayard. Kinetic Armor was banned by Mayhem, and then Annihilator was banned by Tribe Gaming. So, game number 1, the legend of Peanut Peterson begins. Heroes Summit Hardpoint.
yeah, I gotta say that was pretty flawless, uncoordinated timing, Verdict, because as soon as I switched over to our map picks and bans, you were like, we're going to start it off on Summit Hardpoint. Oh, flawless execution, man.
When you've been doing this long, man, I say that like I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it since exactly a year ago. This is the product of that. So, down hold here on P1, 10 seconds uncontested. Bolu looking to get the peak up top. Going to have banned and multiple players coming through space. Not SKSing right now. Actually using the AS Val is going to be pushed. Flash comes through, and the retake is going to come in big for Tribe as 20 points go in favor of Mayhem. They need to be flawless here. They need to be on point all times. And now it is a little bit of adversity as, some subs come in. We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, a couple kills swinging through for each team here, but it does look like Tribe might be poised to get the remaining bit of time on point. Did have Awaken push up, trying to get the contest in. They're actually going to get the clears here, but Band up top is going to come through and clean them up, and Tribe going to get the remaining time here. It's basically going to dead even tie things for all intensive purposes. And we have players for Mayhem dying left and right now, as Tribe gets set up for P2. Shifting through players there, I was like perma-flashed and silenced, so.
Yeah, well, it's not as bad as like that Predator missile animation. You switch over at the wrong moment, you're stuck there on the screwy for a few. Wish that would get fixed, but hey, couldn't ask for, a better performance so far from Mayhem. As a matter of fact, they've got a neck and neck 1 point.
Oh my goodness, Nero!
Nero coming through, picking up some big frags there for the guys over at Mayhem.
We do have Bolu going to turn around, picks up one onto Nero on the respawn there. Going to find a second onto Space, taking some shots. Going to get taken down, almost able to find a couple extra kills, but can't quite bring them together. Nero, TAC 5 in hand here. This not a good time to use it, so hopefully he doesn't pop it for this P2. Would like to see it for a team break on a P3, especially as they were able to make that break there. 7 kills on the board for him. And we're still only 6 points between these two teams right now. That's pretty solid across the board. Marshy comes through, slides, finds one. Ooh, Awaken there for the refrag, comes through. Looking for Bands now. Can't find that last bullet to connect, and Band gonna pick up. Oh, I can't believe Band didn't get that free kill there.
Yeah, that should have been a free one, but you had multiples coming through, and that's Envy coming through and clearing those multiples. Parrish gonna reposition, pull out the Sparrow, and great map control there from Tribe early on here. About 30 seconds in, they're able to get a lot of uncontested time. As I saw Parrish just spawn right outside of the catwalk area. This is gonna be a complete hold here. Not a single point so far from Mayhem, but they got a 4-man push in strong. The Sparrow from Awaken is going to find a few, but he's going to be taken down in the push from Peterson to set up for New. He already knows what gameplay it is. You know what you got to do. You got to double down. You got to reinvest here in P4 as you took a big L on that P3 transition, but got to give it the Tribe. They held their own there. An easier one to hold, in my opinion. This is where things are going to get spicy because you double down for a P4. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be given to you. Like, literally, I've seen it today. Anarchy was a prime example. They take the game over Stamina. Dude literally spawned right behind Stamina on the plow side, and Anarchy get the retake. They didn't ultimately get the hill time, but you know, respawns on Summit Hardpoint can be a lot broken, and that is going to be tried with a little bit of time on the hill, but Mayhem luckily able to get the break, making things a little more interesting.
Yeah, and I gotta say, looking at the old hardpoint spawns to the new ones on Summit, yes, they needed a change. It was pretty bad in the sense that if you lost a gunfight on P3 or P4, you might as well set up for the next objective, right? Because it wasn't going to happen. It's made it a little bit more competitive in that aspect, but again, sometimes it feels like players are just playing against the actual game client more than the other team, and you know, it just is what it is. But Bolu does come through with a couple kills there, and Tribe on the P3 and P4, they were able to extend their lead pretty sizably, but it's still doable for Mayhem if they were able to bring things together. A little early on the TAC 5 use there, but it might be enough. Ends up getting dropped by Marshy. Bolu looking to make that long sweep in from behind, pick up any stragglers. Ends up anchoring a team spawn there. Probably about what he wanted. Now have him taking down one. Looking for Space. Can't quite find the second kill. Now Space. Ooh, gonna slide the corner. Picks one onto Envy. That's pretty solid. He's got Band coming his way, but the kinetic comes through strong. Bit stronger than the armor plates in Vanguard.
Oh, a lot stronger, bro. You know, it's ridiculous. Tribe going to be able to close things out potentially here, as I see Band has a Dragonfire, not necessarily going to necessarily need it. You know, we set the tone. We painted you a picture earlier. Obviously, we're not getting a full 100% Mayhem in the mix, and had we had known, we probably wouldn't have built the hype up for this matchup, but this is surely going to be a interesting one. I'm seeing the game come down to the wires, only 3 seconds. There's no dice. Tribe don't close it out here. That is it, 150 to 74. And guys, let's be realistic here. We throw any of you guys in there and sub in for Mayhem, the results would have probably been the exact same. I'm gonna be honest. You throw me in there, I would have done probably worse than Zim.
I mean, bro, let's be real here, right? Like, you could have thrown another pro player in here, and the outcome is probably still the same.
Exactly. The synergy, everything is going to be offset.
Right.
There's not going to be any kind of yeah. I get that.
You know, that kind of boils back into the days where Blur / Molly / you know, whatever he wants to go by this week was on the team, when Jesus Saves was on the team, and it didn't work out. And sometimes that's just the case. Sometimes playstyles don't mesh, sometimes the synergy is just not there, and that's okay. But when you're in a matchup against a team like Tribe, those small things are going to be a difference maker, and especially when the player you're missing is Tectonic. That is like 2 players from the team gone. Let's be real here. So I had high hopes for Mayhem leading on up into today to give us that spicy 3-way tie, make things interesting. But unfortunately, we didn't get that instance for you. Maybe game 2 looks a little bit better for Mayhem, but I don't see a substitution coming through. And it's a little rough, but they're still secured in for the finals. And even if they lose here today and they don't get the 2nd place or 3rd place or whatever it may be, you're going to see these guys next week. You know, we're gonna show up. We'll see them next week in the quarterfinals. Tribe, I think, have secured their spot into the semis, so they'll get a bye on Tuesday. But either one of these teams could absolutely come through and win. Look back at stage 4, right? We had Tribe drop out of the competition to Explicit. NYSL Mayhem go down to the losers bracket, come all the way back up. Yep. They win the first best of 3 against ARP, and then the 2nd matchup goes to game 4, ARP wins. So, I mean, just because a team's down does not mean they're out. Any of the teams in the top 6, realistically, I feel could come away with the victory. You look at the likes of Seminal, Tribe, Zygnus, Eleventy, Mayhem, Status Quo as your top 6. Dude, next week is going to be sick.
Yeah, it is, dude. I'm super jealous you guys are going to be able to take part in that action. I know Bobby's going to be back on Tuesday. I don't know what the plans are for Thursday, but if I get a chance, I doubt that he gives up a finals opportunity. But if I do get to weasel my way in, dude, you know I'm going to be bringing it. This is an any given Sunday type situation. Mayhem, no stranger to battling it out in the trenches. You know, is this going to be their opportunity to step up? and fight their way through the quarterfinals, moving their way up inch by inch. It's gonna have to be. You know, you've got the GOAT out and about. Obviously, he's not in the game. Dude's cracked. I mean, we played Vanguard with him, and I know we're going to continue to make reference about it. But bro has every map that he's jumped on. He's like, hey, I got the quickest nuke here on this map out of the 17 nukes. Drops 170 kills, just ridiculously cracked. Obviously, that presence is greatly missed here for Mayhem right now. But they're going to be able to battle their way back here in this game too, and play for a little bit of bragging rights here in this search and destroy. Little B starting things off right as Peter Peterson takes down Marshy. Somebody clip it.
I unfortunately didn't catch it on stream, but you're not wrong. That would have been a lit one to catch. Band rotating on over, looking for Nero. Nero's got MX9 and hit. Woo! Space. Gonna clean one up, bring it back to a 2-2.
Enemy in sight.
Oh man, every time I look away from space, dude gets a kill. Envy left alone in a 1v2.
We might have lost A there. I think his transmission cut out, but it's okay. I'm here to pick up the pieces. Nero gonna find the shots. MX9 up close. OP versus that M13 Morningstar. I don't care how cracked it is. It's gonna be a 1-0 victory there for the guys over at Mayhem. And Tribe started off around pretty decently. They get the one-man advantage later on after that bomb plant, but great coordination from Nero in space, and space hitting some electric shots. You missed out on it. I did too, but maybe it's for the best because every time we spectate someone, they just seem to, bite the bullet. So 1-0 lead now for Mayhem as we're getting geared up for the second.
Nero was looking for a kill on Parrish. Couldn't quite find that last bullet to connect. Gonna find Bolu though. Space finds one onto Envy, and that's the kind of trade that Mayhem needed. Nero getting wall banged here, at least a little bit. Give Marshy perspective here. Oh, he fell off! Oh no!
No. That's exactly what Marshy needed to do. He was in a position where he had to stay alive. He slipped off the side of the building. Ended up getting taken down by Awaken, but you take that gunfight. There's a 50-50 chance that you die anyway. So did a great job of playing his life. Got to give it to Marshy. Even when he makes mistakes, he's doing the right thing, and that's the kind of gameplay you expect from some of these pro players. They're able to redeem themselves in opportunities like that. Obviously, Marshy wasn't meant to live this round, though. Cat's got 9 lives. Marshy only has 1. That's his playing it out. So space drops as Band gets the drop, but the bomb's down, and Mayhem have a 4-man to 1 advantage. This is all a matter of time before it closes out. Shots are going to come raining in, and Mayhem, with some collective team shots, are going to be able to take him down. That's Awaken getting credit for the kill. 2-0 round now for Mayhem, and talking about some great search play, even on the backs of not having the GOAT in the lobby. I'm kind of impressed.
Smoke out.
Yeah, definitely a big couple rounds for Mayhem as they clutch up round 1 at a disadvantage and absolutely mow through Tribe in that round 2, but this time it's going to be Band coming away with first blood, but Nero, he's there ready for a refrag, and Awaken gonna pick up one on the Band, gets the sight on Marshy rotating over. Nero's there to clean it up. Bolu finds one onto Awaken, and now we're sitting at a 3 versus 2 as Tribe are down. We are on the road to possibly see a game 3 here.
Is it going to have any implication of what we were talking about earlier? Absolutely not. Is it going to be fun to watch Zim continue to play? For sure, dude. I see the crowd. They love it. They want to see Zim's point of view. They want to see, the eyes behind the man. What's going on in his head? Nero and Zim actually going to be the last ones alive as we do see the trades coming through. Bomb's going to be almost planted. Envy going to be taken down. Nero doing what he does best. Bolu on the shots. Picks up his 4th. Finds Zim and Nero. That is going to be a first-round victory there for the guys over at Tribe. Still, the advantage in the hands of Mayhem. Very great defense so far. A little bit of a flaw there, but, what's a hiccup if you've got the lead? We'll see how it pans out, though.
Yeah, 1 round comes through for Tribe as they bring things back a little bit. Peanut Peterson gets Parrish! I missed it again, chat. I'm so sorry. I knew what you guys wanted, and I wasn't there for you. All right, well, that's about more what I had expected to see, but
Yep. As soon as you...
Oh my goodness, Little B! What a shot!
Dude, those shots. Space and Little B, some of the better talents in NA for sniper. I know we made some claims earlier, saw some claims earlier. That's not the case. Some of the best sniper talent resides here, and Space isn't even the primary sniper, and he's popped off. Little
Anymore.
B, anymore. He's not this primary sniper anymore. Let's be real. Space has a very, very unique skill set. And oh my God, Little B almost hits the shots, but Marshy doesn't almost miss. That's going to be tying things up 2-2. And we've got an interesting one here in the search. You saw the hard point. It got a little bit out of hand. Tribe able to capitalize on some great map position. Can't do that here. This is all search and destroy. This is all how you play it each round after each round. And we found ourselves with a tie, as I do see Tribe and the guys making the rotation onto this back alley jungle area. It's going to be unscathed. Nobody there to reciprocate. Space going to be taken out. Marshy picks up that first frag, and they might get a free bomb plant here.
Yeah, looking like it could be the case right now. We do have Peanut Peterson tossing a grenade in. Not quite going to find the kill, but looking for some info for his team. Parrish going to pick up one on the back, and just like that, Tribe looking like they might actually take the lead with 3 rounds in a row, unless if an honest miracle happens for Awaken here. Little B, we've seen him clutch up before. Already found one in the 1v4. Bolu's there,
Bolu.
ready to go.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet.
Yeah, Bolu. Closing out both rounds in a row there, picking up the last kill on a Little B. I was hoping something magical was in the air for him, as you know, he's dynamic with the Locust in hand, bro. You get him up close, you get him from range. It's just ridiculous what he does. Is able to get a hit marker there on Envy. You know he's sweaty when he's jump shotting with. Oh, did he walk right into that nade? No, he got right into cover. Parrish, however, not going to be forgiving. He's going to find Space, and Space going to drop early. That's going to be a one-man advantage for Tribe.
Oh, I think Zim just saw Band up top 10. Definitely sees him right now, right? Definitely see him right now, Zim, right?
Zim, yeah, come on. At least get the information to your team. Oh, get bodied! Envy comes there and equalizes things, and everything is everything but equal right now, as we see a 4-1 situation. Nero, one of my favorite players to watch, is gonna find one, but Marshy on the life is going to come through and does get the credit for the bomb defuse. It's a tradition, right? You know, you get the last kill, you get the defuse. That's mostly the case. That was the case here, as we flip sides, and stellar defense from the guys of a Tribe. Peanut, you gotta open your eyes, man. Ban should have been dead way before. You know, he wasn't even supposed to be allowed to pop out of that top 10, right?
Yeah, and I did give Mayhem quite a bit of time to shine there on the camera light in the first couple rounds. You know, we were trying to give Zim a chance, and then every time I looked away from him, he got a kill. So we're going to go ahead and expect to get you guys some Tribe as much as we can here now for the remainder of this game, or, you know, if it gets close, we'll switch back and forth, but definitely got to give players an equal opportunity here. No first blood yet. We do have them coming through. Band gonna get taken down by Peanut Peterson. Wasn't spectating him, but we saw it from Band's perspective.
You know, this is, you know, we're talking about equal opportunity. We had a conversation before the game started, and I was like, you know what? Image has to make his appearance in order for things to be even, right? There's no dice. This is an equal matchup. This is not an equal opportunity. We want Image for Tribe. All right? Zim, oh, the body shot. Zim, do it, baby. Do it. You got Envy left to deal with, though. Zim able to continue with the body shots. And that is going to be the bomb or the bomb blowing up. And 3-4. I'm having fun with this, guys. Oh, boy.
Yep. We spectated the Tribe, and unfortunately everybody I looked at died. So I feel kind of bad about that. They were doing pretty solid. Then we gave them some spotlight, and everything fell apart. Marshy. Good rotation there. Looks away. Gonna pick up one.
Bomb gonna be dropped there. It is gonna be picked up. Awaken is gonna be able to pick it up, and Bolu is actually gonna be taking some shots, but Envy gonna be able to take down Nero. Little B and Awaken left. In the 2v4 scenario, Tribe only a few rounds away from closing this deal out, and Mayhem looking to buy a little bit of time here. Maybe we can find a game 3 scenario. Waken, great play, peeks up top, but Bolu, man, just way too aware there. Bolu, one of those snipers who, as soon as he picked it up, was just absolutely correct. I don't know how the man does it. Little B now in a 1v3 scenario, and it's not looking good for Mayhem at the moment. As about 55 seconds left on the clock, bombs down in no man's land, and 3 players from Tribe are right over the top, towering over it.
Yeah, Little B's only real hope here is to play team deathmatch, honestly. Pick up 3 kills that your team needs.
Sniper!
Not a whole lot you can do with that bomb. By the time you get a kill, yeah, rest of the team's going to be there to watch it over, so. Like he's rotating on over towards Bolu. This could be the start of the comeback. It could also be Tribe just closing things out, at least for this round.
Get down, sniper!
One comes through for Little B. Parrish. Parrish and Band just, dude, they're chilling. They're like,
yeah,
nope,
they are. I mean, come on. If you're banned, do you just chill? Absolutely, bro. You're in the top of the tower. There's no dice. Anything happens underneath your nose, right? Sure enough, Parrish able to pick up that last frag, and now we're in match point. Could be a possible 6-3 here if Tribe, with you know, the stout defense so far, continue on with their journey. Mayhem, been a tough one here. Obviously, you've got a 4v5 type scenario, but I gotta say, Zem kind of playing the role here. 5 kills on board, not necessarily the you know, production that we needed to see, but you know, you got to work with what you got, and what you got is Peanut Peterson in the lobby. Banned! SKS to the face. Space. No dice. Out. Marshy tries to retreat. Marshy going to take some shots. Parrish looking to get the refrag. Parrish not going to hit a single one, and that is going to be Space doing his deeds. Is able to retreat back, and Nero going to try and get this bomb plant down. Possibly put the pressure on for Tribe, but Space has got to make that rotation. If Nero gets taken out, there's nobody there holding the point.
Nero with a key gunfight win there over Marshy. Now as we look at Space, he's starting to make that rotation over, but Nero currently still left in just a really rough spot. Here are the shots coming through.
Enemy in sight.
Bolu rotating over, looking for the kill onto Nero. He might be able to find it here. Takes a shot. Oh my goodness! Space able to tap one onto Bolu as he rotates, picks up Parrish, and Nero able to get the turn at the last second. And that's a big round for Mayhem there.
The enemy has the bomb.
Big round, but bro, it's still match point. Realistic outcome here. You win one, you flip sides. We saw how the defense was. It was much better than the attack so far. So maybe we might get that game 3 opportunity. We'll never know. We'll see as it pans out here.
We'll never know, bro. We'll know in like 5 minutes. What are you talking about?
It's like an eternity, bro. What are you talking about? Oh, Zim bites the dust early. That's tough. I didn't even see the kill feed yet as I was, you know, digging myself a hole.
Yo, look at this spot that Parrish is in. What the heck?
I didn't even know that little crack existed.
I didn't either. I didn't either. All the times I've played firing range, I mean, I guess they do change a little bit every iteration, but did not know that was a factor. And now we have Marshy pushing on up, likely going to find the kill onto Nero. Oh, okay. Nero sees his ankles underneath the showers there.
You see how all the Tribe bounce back? They don't want any part of that push. They're going to regroup themselves, maybe find a little bit of effort there on that A site. But hey, guess what? Nero's there with a bomb in his hand. You know, it's if it's not one, it's another. And these are 2 players that you don't want to deal with ASAP. Nero with 12 kills is going to try
Waken looked away at the wrong time.
Poor timing right there at its finest. The bomb's going to go down. Smoke's going to come through. Tribe going to make this 3v2 push happen. The retake could be real, but Parrish obliterated. Banned. Destroyed. That's one shot. Envy in 1v1 now. Nero is weak. Nero is down. And that is a 6-4. Envy is going to go through some good BM there. And the teabag to come along with it. And we are going to see the Diffuse Tribe able to seal the deal in 2. Of course they were. You know, Mayhem only had a 4-man roster in. Plus, you know, Peter Peterson.
But it's not over yet. Ready up.
Yeah, good game coming through for both of these teams, but it's Tribe picking up the 2-0 victory. 6-4 fashion in the Search and Destroy, the hard point. Obviously a little bit more convincing, but that's going to cut out the end of our open season of Fall Mobile Mayhem for North America. Obviously, we'll go over some of the standings and everything for you guys before we leave, but you know, the big key factor is if you guys were here for last Mobile Mayhem, I mean, it was not super ideal, right? I mean, we didn't have a real solid finals week for you, and I hate that I have to say it, but that is just the reality. But this season, oh my goodness, this is a stout top 6 that we've got with Tribe, Status Quo, Eleventy, Zygnus, Mayhem, and Seminal taking up your playoff positions. The rest of the teams that came, big shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for coming and sticking around to the best of your ability. And you know, hopefully we'll see more out of you guys next season. But that's gonna, like I said, close it out here for the Tribe versus Mayhem matchup. 13 for Nero, just not quite enough to secure the win for the team. Zim did put up 5 in the Search and Destroy, though, so you got to give him credit. Came through with some clutch kills.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you look at the side of Tribe, 8, 8, 8, 8, 6. Like,
Yeah, those are stout numbers. That's pretty equally distributed. As a matter of fact, all 4 players have the same amount of kills. They obviously played focused. The objective is, you know, Tribe coming in. They had a game plan, executed it perfectly. Mayhem have to adjust on the fly, and you know, the 5th man in. Very unfortunate, but hey, I got to give it to Zim, man. He put up a quite a show in the Search and Destroy. He might have only picked up 5 kills, but he shot enough bodies to you know, accommodate for like 12 kills in reality. So if damage was a thing in multiplayer and damage would account for how many times he shot bodies, Pro would be on a million right now. Oh.
Yeah, definitely a great set of games here to round out the final bit of the season. Again, we still have finals on Tuesday and Thursday of next week for you. We'll have the quarterfinals and the semifinals, I believe, on Tuesday, and then the 3rd place match in the grand finals on Thursday. Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday for the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Tuesdays for the quarterfinals, semifinals. Thursday for the 3rd place match in the grand finals. And then the week after that, I believe we still have the All-Stars game. So make sure you guys come around for those. We'll be back on Bobby's channel, I believe, on Tuesday. We'll double check with the admin, but make sure you guys are following Mobile Mayhem GG on Twitter, because that's where the announcement will go out. Of course, then we'll have Twitter Trovo announcements as well. So make sure you're following both me and Bobby. Make sure you guys are following Verdict, because all of the EU stuff is going to be on his channel next week for your European quarterfinals, semifinals, and grand finals. And see, do we have brackets and everything?
Yeah,
updated?
we do.
Oh, we
I
do.
was just about to say we got brackets, guys. We got a lineup for you guys to actually be able to witness on Tuesday. It's going to be an epic one. I'm not sure if you got that page put.
I brought up the results of the day first, just so anybody who maybe joined us a little bit late. We did have Seminole take the 2-0 victory over Storm, Eleventy with the 2-0 victory over Devious, and Tribe with the 2-0 victory over NYSL. ARP were unable to field a roster. They determined that they weren't going to be able to consistently field a roster for the season, so they pulled out. Just due to the time slot, they are still sticking together for Stage 5, guys. Don't panic. Status Quo pick up the win over Primal. Primal, kind of same scenario, couldn't field a full roster, so they opted to just go ahead and forfeit. And that does bring us into the overall standings. Again, some of this was important changes that we had come through on the final day here. One of those being Seminole lock in their 6th place spot, which gets them a quarterfinals position, as well as Eleventy bump themselves up to the 3rd place spot, which will determine kind of who they play in the quarterfinals. And we do have that available for you. And I gotta say, I almost feel like Eleventy coming through with a 2-0 win there That's a difficult one. And we'll bring it up on stream right now. You guys have it up as well, Verdict. But
I do.
this is going to be your quarterfinals, semifinals matchups. We're going to start things off on Tuesday with Zygnus versus Seminole. A great match, if I could have ever said I wanted to see one. So definitely excited to see them. Seminole obviously have been progressing quite a bit. Zygnus been struggling a little bit behind. So that should be a good matchup there. Our other quarterfinal, as I was mentioning, Eleventy, gonna have to face off against NYSL Mayhem. And that's gonna be
That's tough, dude.
Yeah.
This is such a stacked quarterfinals / semifinals matchup, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. 6 teams coming in. All 6 teams look. I'm gonna be honest with you. 4 of them are stage 5 contenders, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th being status quo, but I mean they're explicit, so it's not really the same thing. Seminole obviously underage. Like you got a pretty big stage to fill there. As Eleventy and Mayhem. That's gonna be, oh man, that's tough. A winner of that matchup obviously going to be moving on to face off with Tribe, and the winner of the Zygnus and Seminole matchup moving on to face status quo. If I made predictions right now, I'm sure that I would be, if this was a bracket that like NCAA bracket, the March Madness style bracket where you pick, I would get every single one of these wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's
That'd just
really
be your
hard.
luck.
Yeah, that'd just be my luck. I'd make the predictions, and sure enough, things would go the exact opposite. So I'm gonna save myself, the embarrassment, and let the teams duke it out on Tuesday.
All right, well, you guys heard it here. Go to Verdict server for your official Mobile Mayhem Madness betting. just kidding, guys. But
Yeah.
as we mentioned, that's going to round everything out for us tonight. Thank you guys all for coming by. We'll see you again next week. We're going to get you a raid going. Haven't quite figured out who yet, but we'll get that rolling. If you guys are interested, I think me and Verdict are going to be playing some Vanguard here after the stream, so I still want to make sure that we give the Mobile Mayhem viewers out to someone else, because I actually had a few Mobile Mayhem raids myself this week, so I don't want to take any more. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.